And the first person that's going to address us this afternoon is Sana Anuka, who you met this morning as we introduced ourselves and so on. But she bounced up the stairs yesterday in our office to meet some guests of ours like a little pixie, with very bright eyes and a wonderful enthusiasm, Sana. And I was most taken by this marvelous sense of playfulness in her mood and her whole meaning and so on. And so she's a kind of woman child for me, in the sense that in her playfulness, she's like that little Red Riding Hood in the forest. She tells a story of her granny and all that kind of thing. But she's an anthropological designer. And the patterns on the Volvo XC70 outside, I think it is, Steve, sorry, B40, apologies, are very much Sana's designs, which you have enjoyed as you've come into the foyer here this morning. But essentially, we're welcoming Sana to our shores. We hope that she will tell us stories. We know that she's had a fascination with indigenous cultures, whether it's the Inuit people or the Sami people in the Nordic countries, etc. And we hope she'll enjoy both our Maori cultures and Polynesian cultures here in New Zealand as well. So please welcome Sani Anuka. Thank you.
This is kind of just introducing my style, because I'm not really sure kind of how well known my style is over here. But so yeah, I do a lot of different projects, and the other thing that I'm very much part of is doing textile design for Finnish brand Marimekko. And so that's a wonderful outlet for me to really do a lot of my storytelling. So I'll sort of go into that a little bit in more detail a bit later. I also do so Marimekko design, freelance illustration, and then also I've got my own sort of little brand at the moment under Sana Anuka Limited. And that's sort of doing more bespoke limited edition. So kind of the collectible art market, really. So I sell a lot of small editions of my artwork as prints. I do wooden products, and that's developing into one-off ceramic sculptures and brass sculptures, and sort of kind of the opposite to what I do for Marimekko, which is kind of more mass global homeware ranges. So kind of tapping into different markets, really. I love birds, and I think they hold a very magical, potent symbology. They feature a lot in Finnish folklore and a lot in Karelian traditions. My roots, my Finnish roots, stem from Karelia, so it's kind of northeastern side of Finland. And yeah, so birds feature very heavily in my work. I really enjoy representing them. And there's a wonderful Karelian tradition of called Sielulintu, which translates as soul bird. And basically, the belief goes that a soul bird delivers the soul upon birth and to a newborn, and then delivers the soul to the afterlife upon death. And so Karelians would traditionally keep a wooden bird by their bedside to protect their soul when it's at its most vulnerable, which was during sleep. So I really loved that. I loved the fact that people believed in those things, and I think there's a real magicness to that, and it sort of triggers that sort of childhood, you know, when you can just believe in that quite happily and not question it. And I think part of what I'd like to do with my work is to kind of reignite these old traditions and keep them alive, because it's such a shame to lose such wonderful things. So these are some examples of the soul birds that I've created. I think there's another version as well. So rather than just creating a product that just looks nice, there needs to be a journey, a story, a history. I think it's an essential part of good, intriguing design.